Hello everyone, my name is Austin Trace and this is my presentation pitch for Hive. Hive is a single-player 2D game with 12 levels where the player takes control of the queen bee in an attempt to rebuild the hive after it has been destroyed by human interference. In order to rebuild the hive, the player must collect nectar and wax by completing objectives and collecting nectar from flowers, both of which are essential to rebuilding the hive. These objectives will be given to the player at the beginning of every level. The player must then complete these objectives in order to face the boss wave, which will consist of a wave of humans attacking the hive. Once an objective has been completed, the player will be gifted with the award that is associated with the objective they have completed. Once the game has started, the player can either collect nectar or return to the hive where the player can create more worker and soldier bees using the barracks. Once the worker bees have received the command to start collecting nectar, the game will initiate an automated response that causes the worker bees to fly to flowers and collect nectar. Once the worker bees have collected enough nectar, the game will initiate another automated response that causes the worker bees to fly back to the hive and deposit the nectar that they have collected. However, the player can also choose to return to the hive, which will force the worker bees to return to the hive and deposit the nectar. Once the bees have deposited enough nectar, the hive's nectar meter will fill. This will result in an automatic upgrade to the hive's nectar capacity. As seen in this image, the hive's nectar capacity has been automatically upgraded due to the bees filling the nectar meter. Once upgraded, the hive's nectar count will decrease. However, the max nectar capacity that the hive can hold will also increase. Once all objectives have been completed, the game will initiate an automated attack consisting of humans. There will initially be 5 humans, and the amount for every level after will increase by 2, with the humans getting stronger every round. The game will also initiate an automated defense. This will cause all the player's soldier bees to fly out of the hive and attack the humans. If the player has successfully fended off the enemy attack, they will be gifted with 1 wax and will proceed to the next level. At the beginning of the second level and every level after, the player will be given the opportunity to upgrade the hive. Once the upgrade button has been clicked, the player will be given the opportunity to upgrade the barracks, which costs 2 wax and increases the strength and amount of soldier bees. Players can also upgrade the storage room, which costs 1 wax and will increase the amount of wax and nectar that the hive can hold. They can also upgrade the hive walls, which will cost 2 wax and will increase the defense stats of the hive. However, if the player fails to defend against the human attack, they will suffer defeat. Defeat is determined once the hive's health has reached 0. Upon defeat, the player will be given an option to restart from the current level. Games that are similar to Hive are Fallout Shelter in terms of how the hive is upgraded and the resources are gathered. Another game that is similar to Hive is Balloon Tower Defense in terms of how the combat system works within the game. Some development risks that the game may face is not being finished on time. We have mitigated this risk by only releasing the game with 12 levels. Another development risk that may be faced is an insufficient amount of funding. We have chosen to mitigate this risk by keeping the game as simplistic as possible. And finally, a third development risk that may be faced is that the game may be buggy on release. We have chosen to mitigate this risk by actively playtesting during the development process. With that being said, my name is Austin Trace, and thank you for listening to my pitch.